My name is Christy Egan. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm at Fordham Law School, and I'm about to start my third year there. And this summer I'm working at Leitman Bailey, PC, for 12 weeks.
My name is Luke Salisbury. I'm a student at Seton Hall University. I just finished my freshman year, but I am going to be a junior by credits. I'm originally from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and I came out here to study diplomacy and international relations.
My name is Kelly McNaughton, and I've grown up in New Milford, New Jersey, and I attend New Milford High School, and I'm going to be a senior there this coming fall.
My name's Jessie Benaros. I'm from Westchester County, New York. I'm going into my 3L year at New York Law School, and I just moved to Hoboken, New Jersey.
My name is Keelan Labari. I'm 18 years old. I graduated George Westinghouse High School, and I'll be attending Buffalo State College in the fall.
My name is Alex Luxembourg. I grew up in northern New Jersey. I am going to be a 2L at New York Law School. Currently, I'm interning here at Leitman Bailey.
ILBPC has a really great reputation at my law school, New York Law School, and it's always recommended if you can get an internship here to at least try, and that's how I know about ILBPC.
For me, an email was sent through the school's computers saying with a list of summer internship possibilities, and Adam Leitman Bailey PC was one of the possibilities, and I applied for it on a long shot because I was just a freshman and from out of state, so I thought may as well be my reach for the summer, and when I ended up getting it, it was great. I came in for an interview. I sent in a resume. I got to meet Adam the first time I was in here, and it was just really great.
Before coming here, I knew that Adam graduated from my high school, and I knew that every year he does like programs with my school, so I've been on a couple history tours with him, so I definitely knew what he does, and I heard about some of the cases he was working on, for example the mosque case, and he told my class a little bit about that, so I had a pretty good idea of what he did before coming here.
I applied to ALBPC because I'm really interested in real estate, and when I came to interview here, I met with two attorneys, two associates, and I spent about over an hour going through the interview with them and speaking about what I learned in law school and in the summer prior, and they asked me a lot of questions, and what would you do in this situation? What would you do in that situation if I were to come work here for the summer? And I thought that was really educational for me. I hadn't had an interview like that. And then I interviewed with Adam, and that was wonderful.
My history here at LVPC, I started as an intern back in October at the beginning of my senior year, and Adam really liked the work that I was doing, so he asked me to stay throughout the spring. I also got asked to stay throughout the summer as a staff position to work throughout the summer. And now I'm heading off to college, and I'm really going to miss working here at ALBPC. It was a great experience.
My summer here has been very rewarding but very challenging.
My day-to-day experience was different every day. I was lucky enough that my position was a lot of running around through the city. I got to, for someone who's not from the city, it was really great because I got to see everything. I went to the Bronx, to Brooklyn, to Queens. I saw a very, very large portion of the city, and I got really familiar with the court system, and I just learned a ton of stuff that will really help me later on in life.
The summer here has been really great. You get to work very closely with some of the older associates and the partners, and they really give you a lot of responsibility. A lot of the other firms, I feel like you don't get a lot of hands-on work, and they sort of have you doing menial tasks, but here you really get a chance to roll up your sleeves and write motions and write bills of particulars and write all these things that lawyers do and research real cases that we're on. And so my day-to-day changes every day depending on what attorney approaches me and asks me what to do. but most of the time, if not all the time, I'm doing work directly for an attorney or Adam himself.
This summer has been amazing, and I've definitely worked really hard. On a day-to-day basis, I'd either be helping out Rosemary and Natasha doing some invoices, or taking on large filing projects, stuff like that.
My summer's been great. I've been here for 11 weeks now, and I have done a lot of things in both the transactional and litigation departments. I've drafted agreements, I've attended countless closings representing the lender, I've worked on memos for attorneys, memos for clients, I've worked on briefs, memos of law for judges, and I've really done the whole gamut, which is exactly what I wanted, was a lot of hands-on experience, and it's been a great summer.
My best day at the office was probably just yesterday. I got to go out to lunch with Adam, which I had done before, but it was good because we got to talk, and I also visited a few places in the city. I went to court a few times. I got a lot of work done. I have a nice mix between office work and getting out and seeing things. So the office work I was able to do, and then I got out and went to court, and then I got to go to lunch with Adam, and it was just a good day.
My best day ever at the office was probably when I got to go meet with an engineer in one of the cases that we're working at in this building that we're representing the tenants of a building. And I had to go meet with the engineer at the building, and we got to tour the building, and it was a really, really cool building, and it was very fun getting to talk to him about what's going on in the building and sort of relating what I've been doing on paper to real life and getting to see what's going on.
My best day ever at the office was the day when I finally finished organizing the file room, because it was just amazing when that was done, because Adam was really impressed with that.
My best day at the office here at LBPC, I would have to say, was when I came in and there was a really big case going on, and they needed a lot of help from me to go through files and several other documents that was really important to the law firm. And I basically sat down all day just going through everything, and I did a really good job at it. It was a lot of fun, like learning about the case and being able to be such a big help to everyone here and make their lives a little bit easier.
One of my best days was not what you would typically think. It was actually a day where I sort of messed up. A lot of what I learned here this summer was about time management, which is very hard for attorneys because you will always have more to do than you have time for. And I prioritized something before something else, and I got caught, in the crosshairs, and I then was able to fix it, and it was stressful, and I went home very late, and I got up very early the next morning, but I got it done, and that's what you're going to have as an attorney. You're going to have a lot of things that you screw up or maybe are even out of your control, and I felt the most like a lawyer on that day.
Probably the best perk of working at ALBPC for me was the tickets. I was able to get U.S. Open tickets and Book of Mormon tickets, actually, for the internship work that I was doing, and so that was really awesome. But in reality, the best perk is the people that you get to work with and the people you meet and the experiences you have.
The best perk of working at ALBPC is obviously the experience that I get, because it's just going to really benefit me. But another great perk is how every other Friday we get our nails done, because that's really amazing of him to do for us.
The best perk working at ALBPC, I would have to say, is definitely being able to tell everyone where you work and intern at, because they're automatically amazed at the type of law firm that such a young person can be working at. And it gives you a feeling that, like, you're really on the right track to being successful and that you're becoming a good person because you're doing such great things at such a young age, and it just motivates you to want to do more. Side perk would also be getting tickets to summer jam and hip hop concerts throughout the year.
Best perk? Other than being exposed to all the really exciting work that we have over here, well, we just got US Open tickets, so that's a very nice perk.
This internship will benefit me in a lot of ways, both in that I have all of this hands-on experience that I can speak about, with which many of my friends can't, and I feel really sure about what I want to do, and going forward I can choose my classes at school based on what I've learned this summer, and that's really helpful because I know exactly where I want to go with my career, and it might have been harder for me to figure that out if I weren't at such a great firm where I could get all of this real experience.
I think this internship will benefit me in the future because I've learned so many skills here when it comes to organization and being in the workforce, and I think I just have a cutting edge going into college too.
I think it's going to benefit me a lot. I've learned an awful lot, and everyone likes to see that you have ALBPC on your resume because they know that you've been handed a lot of tough work and you've had a lot of responsibility, and you can, if you get a recommendation from someone here, then you've done a good job handling some tough assignments.
My best advice to anyone planning to intern here or work here would definitely be, you have to live up to the law firm. So you definitely want to walk in here and be the best you can be and give everything 110% every day and just be ready for whatever's thrown at you. You definitely have to be a determined person and willing to learn quickly so that you can be successful at the job that's given to you.
My best advice to someone who would want an internship here, a legal internship, would be you'd have to be hardworking, smart, and really prove that you want it.
The advice I would give to somebody who would like to intern at ALBPC is to show who you are in your interview. If you're an ambitious, hardworking person that wants to do great things in your life and in your career, then don't be afraid to show that, because those are great qualities.
My advice to someone trying to get an internship at ALBPC would be to make sure that you get excellent grades in law school, because Adam really looks at the grades, he looks at your writing sample, and if you don't have excellent grades, then you're not going to get your foot in the door here. So it's first and foremost, you have to do very well in school. And then once you do that, just be yourself on the interview, and you should do okay.